Welcome to one of the most haunted and mysterious places on Earth, Hoia Baciu Forest. Deep in the heart of Romania, just outside the city of Cluj-Napoca, this enigmatic woodland has been shrouded in tales of the unexplained for decades. Many who enter never return the same, and those who do often report eerie encounters, disembodied whispers, strange lights, ghostly apparitions, and even sightings of unidentified flying objects. But what is it about this forest that makes it so terrifying? Tonight, we venture into the dark heart of Hoia Baciu and explore the chilling stories that make it the Bermuda Triangle of the forest. Hoia Baciu spans around 729 acres, but within this dense expanse of trees lies an area that defies explanation. The forest earned its name from a shepherd named Baciu, who, legend has it, entered the forest with his flock of 200 sheep and was never seen again. The search parties found no trace, no bones, no tracks, just an eerie silence that settled over the woods. For centuries, the locals avoided the forest, warning travelers that stepping inside could mean never returning. The Dacians, an ancient people who once inhabited this land, were said to have regarded it as a gateway to another dimension. Even during the Middle Ages, records spoke of people vanishing and inexplicable lights dancing among the trees. Visitors to Hoia Baciu often report an overwhelming feeling of anxiety, as though unseen eyes are watching them from the shadow. Many have spoken of ghostly apparitions, figures in old-fashioned clothing appearing out of nowhere, only to disappear in the blink of an eye. One of the most terrifying encounters comes from a woman who claims she walked into the forest and blacked out, only to wake up hours later with no memory of what had happened. When she returned home, she discovered deep scratches all over her body, as if something had attacked her. Yet, she had no recollection of any struggle. Others have captured strange photographs within the forest, shadowy figures lurking behind trees, glowing orbs hovering in the air, and even faces appearing in the mist. Some paranormal investigators believe the forest is a hotspot for spirits trapped between worlds, while others theorize that something much darker resides here. Hoia Baciu is not just haunted, it's also a known UFO hotspot. One of the most famous incidents occurred in 1968, when a military technician named Emil Barnea captured a photograph of a metallic disc-shaped object hovering above the forest. The photo remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence of UFO activity in the area. But it's not just Barnea's account. Over the years, many have reported seeing bright, pulsating lights moving erratically through the trees. Some claim to have experienced missing time, walking into the forest only to emerge hours later with no memory of what transpired. Could it be that Hoia Baciu is a site of extraterrestrial activity? Some researchers believe the electromagnetic anomalies in the area could be linked to interdimensional portals or alien experiments. One of the strangest locations in Hoia Baciu is the Poiana Rotunda, or the Circle of No Return. This barren, circular clearing in the middle of the forest has baffled scientists for decades. No vegetation grows in this spot, and soil tests have failed to provide a clear explanation for why. People who enter the clearing often report feeling lightheaded, disoriented, or overcome with an unexplainable sense of dread. Some believe this area is the epicenter of paranormal activity in the forest, a vortex where spirits and otherworldly entities cross into our reality. Others claim to have heard whispers and disembodied voices echoing from the trees surrounding the clearing, as if the forest itself is alive and trying to communicate. Throughout history, numerous people have entered Hoia Baciu and vanished without a trace. One of the most baffling cases involved a 5-year-old girl who disappeared while playing near the edge of the forest. Her family searched tirelessly, but she was never found. 5 years later, she reappeared, completely unharmed, wearing the same clothes she had on the day she vanished, and with no recollection of what had happened to her. Another story tells of a group of students who dared to spend the night in the forest. They set up their cameras and equipment to document any paranormal activity, but before dawn, they were found running out of the woods in a state of terror. Their recordings later revealed eerie voices and shadowy figures moving among the trees, things they hadn't seen with their own eyes at the time. Skeptics and scientists have attempted to explain the bizarre occurrences in Hoia Baciu. Some believe the forest's high levels of electromagnetic activity could be the cause of hallucinations, disorientation, and the eerie sensations people report. Others argue that geological anomalies, such as natural gas emissions or underground mineral deposits, might contribute to the strange lights and sensations. Psychologists suggest that mass hysteria plays a role. When people enter the forest expecting something supernatural, their minds fill in the gaps, creating experiences that may not be entirely real. However, this does not explain the physical evidence: scratches, burns, unexplainable marks on visitors, and the consistent reports of missing time. Despite attempts to explain the unexplainable, Hoia Baciu remains one of the most haunted and enigmatic locations in the world. Is it a gateway to another dimension? A paranormal hotspot? A site of extraterrestrial activity? Or is it simply a place where the mind plays tricks on those who dare to enter? Until we find definitive answers, Hoia Baciu will continue to hold its secrets in the shadows of its twisted trees, waiting for the next brave soul to step inside. If you ever find yourself in Romania and decide to visit this mysterious forest, be warned. You may not leave the same person you were when you entered. Stay safe, and remember, sometimes the scariest thing about a place isn't what we know, it's what we don't.